everyone, welcome to Fame World Educational Hub. Myself, Aishwarya Saxena, and today I am here to discuss about data science. We hear a lot about how artificial intelligence and machine learning are changing the world and how the IoT is making everyone's life easier. But data science is the one thing that underpins all of these revolutionary technologies. Data science is totally dependent on the data from social media to IoT devices. We are generating immeasurable amount of data. Undoubtedly, data science is the most evolutionary technology of the era. It is all about deriving useful information and insights from the data in order to solve real-world complex problems. It's all about uncovering findings from data, which can help companies to make smart and better decisions. Data science is a process of extracting knowledge and insights from the data by using the scientific methods. So when we talk about scientific methods, it is a combination of different programming, languages, statistics, and business. Years ago, the form of data which we had was really very different as we have now. That time we had a structured data, whereas today we have a combination of structured and unstructured data. Previously, we had different warehouses to store the data. Nowadays, it's replaced by Hadoop and cloud technologies. The data we had then was able to be managed by traditional business information techniques, but today we need different data science algorithms to manage it. Do you remember the time when we had telephones and we had to go to the PCO to make a call? Those days things were different. Those time we were really very simple because we didn't generate a lot of data. We didn't even save our contacts in our phone. We maintained diaries of phone numbers. But these days we have smartphones which store a lot of data, as we have everything today in our mobile phone. We have images, contact, applications, games, and many more. Similarly, we had PCs those days which did not have a lot of data. Even we use floppies, CDs, DVDs to store our additional data and backups, which usually had very less space in MBs. Then hard disk came and they stored GBs of data. But now, if you look around, there is data everywhere. We have smart home appliances and smart devices, and we have our data stored in the cloud. Similarly, if you look at smart cars, these days they are connected to the internet. They are connected to our mobile phones, and this is also a lot amount of data. What we do not realize is that the evolution of technology has generated a lot of data. In old days, the data we had was structured. Only a little amount of data was unstructured or semi-structured. But these days, according to the data we need better algorithms to process this data. We need better process, and this is where data science comes in. I hope all of you must have heard about IoT. That is Internet of Things. Do you know we produce 3.5 quintillion bytes of data each day, and it is only accelerating with the growth of IoT. IoT is basically a fancy term which we use for network of tools or devices that communicate and transfer data through the internet. So various devices are connected to each other through internet, and they communicate with each other. And the communication happens by the exchange of data. These devices include the vehicles we drive, television, machine, a photocopy machine, a refrigerator, washing machines, and almost everything else that we use in our daily life. These IoT devices produce unimaginable amount of data, which is measured in zettabytes, and 1 zettabyte equals to trillion GB. Currently, IoT is generating more than 500 zettabytes of data per year, and this number will increase through time. We all use social media through our daily life. It's actually generating a lot of data. Social media is just like one of the fuels for data creation. The numbers you are seeing on screen are generated every minute of the day by these social medias, and this number will increase with time. On Instagram, it says approximately 1.7 millions of pictures are uploaded in a minute. Similarly, for Twitter, approximately 348,000 tweets are published every minute of the day. So imagine in 24 hours how much it would be. So this is the amount of data that is generated through the social media. Without the data science intelligent processing systems, deriving important information from such amount of data is unimaginary. Data science is a simple process that extracts the useful information from data. Now, apart from social media and IoT, there are other factors as well that contributes to data generation. These days, all our transactions are done online. We pay bills online, we shop online. Not only that, we stream music or watch videos on YouTube. All of these are generating a lot of data. Not to forget, we have also brought healthcare in the internet world. Education is also an online thing right now. Exactly what we are doing right now. So, with the emerging of internet, we now perform all our activities online. Obviously, it is helping us, but we are unaware that how much data we are generating. What can be done with all of this data? And what if we could use the data that we have generated to benefit us? Well, that's exactly what data science does. Data science is all about extracting the useful information and insights from the data and using it to grow your business. Now, let's look at who is a data scientist. So, a data scientist has to be able to view data through a quantitative lens. Knowing mathematics is one of the very important skills of the data scientist. Mathematics is important because in order to find a solution, a lot of predictive models are necessary to build. Most of the predictive models, most of the algorithms require mathematics. There is a major misconception that data science is all about statistics, because statistics is not only type of math which is utilized in data science. There are actually many machine learning algorithms which are based on the linear algebra. So overall, you need to have a good understanding of mathematics. Apart from that, data scientist uses the technology. Data scientist has to be very good with technology. So their main work is to utilize all the technology so that they can analyze these anonymous data sets and work with complex algorithms. So the data scientist should be very good with the coding languages. Few of the languages associated with data science are SQL, Python, R and SAS. It is also important for a data scientist to be a tactical business consultant. A data scientist works so closely with the data so they know everything about the business. That's how the data scientist works. They get the entire data set. They study the data set, they analyze it, and they see where things are going wrong, or what need to be done more, or what needs to be excluded. Now you know who is a data scientist. Now let's look at the skill sets of the data scientist. It always starts with the statistics. Statistics will give you the numbers from the data. So a good understanding of statistics is very important for becoming a data scientist. It also associates to know a statistical programming language like Python or R. You also must have good knowledge of SQL for handling the databases. We prefer R or Python because of the number of packages that these languages have. And these predefined packages already have most of the algorithms in it. So you do not have to sit and code the algorithms. They are already available. So you just have to load the package and run them. When we have to deal with the data, we get the structured and unstructured data from different data sources. So we have to extract data from such sources, and then in order to analyze and query this dataset, you have to store it into a proper format. Finally, then we can load the data and analyze it. Then coming to the data wrangling and exploration, this is the most complex task in data science, which is most time consuming because it's all about cleaning the data. There are a lot of instances in the data where there are missing values, null values, or inconsistent formats or values. This is where data wrangling and data cleaning comes. After the wrangling and cleaning of the data, it comes to data exploration. Exploration means making sense out of data. This can be done by looking at different patterns in the data, the different trends, etc. Now coming towards the machine learning. If you are a large company with huge amount of data, or you are working in a company where products are data driven, like Netflix, Google Maps, etc., then it's must to be familiar with machine learning algorithms. We cannot process large amount of data via traditional methods, so we need machine learning algorithms like KNN, random forest, k-mean algorithm, support vector machine. They are necessary to be aware of. These algorithms can be easily implemented using Python or R. Earlier, we discussed how much data we are generating per minute. So it is important to understand the importance of machine learning in data science. Next, we have big data processing frameworks. So as we are generating a lot amount of data, and most of this data can be structured or unstructured as well. So on such data, the traditional business intelligence and data processing systems is not enough. So that's why we need to know about the frameworks like Hadoop and Spark. These frameworks can help us to handle big data. Lastly, we have data visualization. It is one of the most important part of data analysis. It is always very important to present the data in an understandable and visually appealing format. So data visualization is one of the skills that data scientist has to master. There are various tools for the data visualization like Tableau, Power BI, and QuickView. Now coming towards the data science job roles. So first of all, it comes to data scientists. Data scientists have to understand the challenges of the business, and they have to offer the best solution using data analysis and data processing. To become a data scientist, a person should be expert in R, MATLAB, SQL, Python, etc. It can also help a person who is having a higher degree in mathematics or computer engineering. Next, coming to data analyst. A data analyst is responsible for a variety of tasks including visualization, processing massive amount of data, and data managing. They also have to perform querying on databases, so they should be aware of different querying languages. One of the most important skills of a data analyst is data optimization. They have to create and modify algorithms that can be used to pull information from some of the biggest databases without corrupting the data. To become a data analyst, a person must know technologies like SQL, R, Python, SAS. Certification in any of these technology can boost job applications. The person should also have a good problem-solving quality. Then coming to the data architect. The data architect creates a blueprint for our data management. So the databases can easily be integrated, centralized, and protected with the best security measures. They also ensure that the data engineers have the best tools to work with. To become a data architect, a person should have expertise in data warehousing, data modeling, extraction, transformation, and loading. Then coming towards a data engineer, the main responsibility of a data engineer is to build and test scalable data systems. They are also responsible to update the existing system with new or good versions. And they are also responsible for improving the efficiency of the database. A career in data engineering requires hand-on experience in type of like NoSQL, R, Ruby, Java, C++, MATLAB, different types of languages, and connectivity skills should be there. It will also help if a person knows popular data and ETL tool. Then coming towards statistician. Person should have a sound understanding of statistical theories and data organization. Not only they extract and offer valuable insights, they also create new methodology for engineers to apply. To become a statistician, a person should have passion for logic. They are also good variety of database systems such as SQL, data mixing and machine learning technology, data mining and machine learning technology. Then coming towards the database administrator, they are basically responsible for managing the popular functioning of all the databases. They are also responsible for granting permissions and revoking services to the employees of the company. They also have to take care of the database backups and recoveries. So some of the skills that are needed to become a database administrator include database backup and recovery, data security, data modeling, and design. Then coming towards the business analyst, they also have a very good understanding of data-oriented technologies. They know how to handle huge amount of data and process it. But they are also focused on how this data can be linked to associated business insights. So they mainly focus on business growth. Business analyst acts as a link between the data engineer and the management executives. So in order to become a business analyst, a person should have understanding of business finances, business intelligence, and also IT technologies like data modeling, data visualization tools, etc. Now coming towards the data and analytics manager, This person is responsible for the data science operations. The main responsibility of data and analytics manager is to oversee the data science operations. He is responsible for assigning the duties to the team according to the skills and expertise. Their strengths include technologies like SAS and SQL, Java, Python, R, etc. They should have good management skills. Apart from that, they should have excellent social skills also, leadership qualities, and out of the box thinking attitude. Now talking about the job of a data scientist. So data scientists have to understand the challenges of the business and they have to offer their best solution using the data analysis and data processing. To become a data scientist, a person should be expert in R, MATLAB, SQL, Python, etc. Now coming towards the data science life cycle. Basically, there are 6 steps in data science life cycle. Starts with business requirement, next data acquisition. After that, you will process the data, that is data processing. Then there is data exploration, then modeling, and finally deployment. So before you even start on a data science project, it is important to understand the problem you are trying to solve. So in this stage, we will try to understand the problem, the central objective of the project, which will be done by identifying the variables that need to be predicted. Next, we have data acquisition. In this stage, as we have our objectives defined, it's time to start gathering the data. Next is the data processing. Now the data and resources we have collected are usually in the huge mess. It's unformatted, not structured, it's not cleaned. So this stage is basically very time consuming, and here we have to clean and transform the acquired data. Next we have data exploration. Now, as we have a sparkling clean set of data, we are finally ready to get started with the analysis. This stage is basically the brainstorming of the data analysis. Next we have data modeling. So after processing the data, what we have to do, we have to carry out model training. This is basically finding the model which actually answers the questions more accurately. Next we have deployment, and here our goal is to deploy our model into a production or maybe a production like environment. So this is basically done for final user acceptance. The user has to validate the performance of the model, and if there are any issues with the model or the algorithms, so they have to be fixed in this stage. So with this, we have come to the end of the data life cycle. I hope this was clear. Now let's talk about the products which are using data science. First of all, coming towards Google. Let's take an example. Suppose you have been assigned with some assignments and you have to submit them to your college or organization. Now, to handle those assignments, you require some books. Usually people go towards books. Books are always good friends of human. But yes, when we are searching something in the books, it consumes a lot amount of time. Usually we go towards different books, different articles to search our content. But it's not so necessary that exactly what we are searching we will get. But if we are going towards the Google, it is a search engine and it is associated with different websites around the World Wide Web. So if we are searching something on Google, so in the fraction of seconds, we will be getting the answer. And this is just because of the data science techniques which are implemented in Google. Next, talking about the Facebook. So when we are talking about Facebook, you all must remember that few years ago what we were doing. Like few years ago we were tagging our friends on the Facebook. That tagging was involving like some pictures. On the pictures we usually have tagged our friends. So what we were actually doing, that time we were providing the data to the Facebook. We were providing information about the friends or the relatives. So on those pictures with the name we were providing the data. With the help of that, Facebook has generated its own facial recognition system. And this is possible just because of the data science algorithms which has been implemented in that. Now talking about Netflix. So Netflix is a system in which there are different web like you can say web series, movies and all. People are watching a lot of movies these days and the different web series. So what Netflix is doing? Netflix is having a recommendation system. And that recommendation system recommends the movies and web series to the people. How it is possible? It is possible because Netflix is using the machine learning and data science algorithms, and those algorithms are working on our data. Which kind of data? Our search history, our watch history. With the help of that, Netflix has created a recommendation system to recommend us different kind of movies and web series, and then people are watching them and accordingly their business is growing. Then talking about Amazon. So Amazon or Flipkart if you are talking about, so they are also having the data science algorithms and the machine learning models implemented. There is also a recommendation system. Like whenever you are purchasing a shirt, they also recommend the tie. If you are purchasing a laptop, they will recommend you the laptop bag, a mouse. How it is happening, and how if you are searching for some product on your Amazon, then the same advertisements are going on your Facebook also, the same advertisements are going on your YouTube also. How it is getting possible? It is just because of our data which we are providing. And they are extracting the information from that with the help of different machine learning and data science algorithms. So the recommendation system which Amazon and Flipkart are having, they are also built on our wish list, our purchase history, our search history. So accordingly, they are recommending us different products. And with the help of those recommendation system, these companies are earning a lot because most of the people buy the things which are recommended. Many times it happens with us also. And talking about Zomato. So when we are talking about Zomato or Swiggy or any food ordering system, so sometimes it happens when we are ordering the food. So it shows that due to the bad weather conditions, you have to pay 15 rupees extra or 20 rupees extra. So is there any person sitting and changing the price according to the weather which is outside? No, actually not. There is also a machine learning model implemented, which is having the weather forecasting system, the system for the shortest route with the help of GPS, and many more things. With the help of that, it just calculates the pricing system. If you are ordering something which is not in your area and you are ordering something apart from your area, so they will be charging more. That's why the values, the cost of the different food products vary person to person, area to area. Now, for working on the data science using the Python language, what are the different libraries or modules which should be used and which are being used? NumPy, SciPy, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, Pandas, Matplotlib, OpenCV. So these are the different libraries which are being used when we are working on data science project with the help of Python. Now, how to find the data set for your project. So we have talked a lot about of data. The data is important, the data is here, and we are producing it and all. So what are the different sources with the help of which we can download the dataset for our particular project? UCI Machine Learning Repository and Kaggle. These are the two different websites which are having a lot amount of datasets for solving our projects, for solving our project problems. So UCI is the oldest one and Kaggle is the newest one. Let's move towards this UCI right now. So I will show you this UCI Machine Learning Repository with the help of which different projects are getting done. So here on the UCI Machine Repository you can see it's saying that we are currently maintaining 559 datasets. So 559 datasets are maintained here right now. You can see they are also maintaining the records for the newest dataset and the most popular datasets. So here you can see the newest dataset came on 10th of October 2020. Oh sorry, 3rd of October 2020, and it's not so late. Like you can see very frequently the datasets are getting updated. So here you can see it's here on 3rd September, so only 1 month difference. So this way, like very frequently the datasets are getting updated here. And here you can see the most popular datasets are here. So the iris, the adult dataset, the wine dataset, the breast cancer dataset, heart disease datasets. So there are different datasets which are available, and these are the popular one and the newest one. Here you can go for all the datasets. So view all dataset option you can go. And here with the help of this view all dataset, you can reach towards this 559 datasets. You can see the complete list of 559 datasets are available here. So if you are really a machine learning or data science aspirant, you should be here. You should give at least your half an hour daily to this website. Really important, because if you are surfing this properly, so you will get a lot amount of information from here, the different datasets, and you can serve them. So if we are having 559 data set here on this website, that means we can create these 559 projects. Coming back to this page, that is the home page, index page of this website. Here you can see the most popular data sets. So I'm just going to demonstrate one of them. I am opening the first one, that is the most popular iris data set. So here how to download and serve this particular data set, I'm just going to tell you. Here we are having data folder. So you just have to go here in the data folder first of all. When you will be here for any of the projects, so this way you will be reaching here. There are multiple files, but you have to focus on the iris.data and names. So these are the .data and .name files are important when we are downloading something to understand. So first of all, I am downloading this names file. So I will be downloading this names and the data file, and then we will discuss them. So here on the desktop, I am saving this file, and let's come towards this data file also. So I'm downloading this data file also. So we have downloaded both of these files. Now when you have to refer this, when you have to go through this, first of all always refer the names file, because the names file is having the details of the data set and the data file is having the data itself. So I'm opening this names file, and here you can see all the information related to this particular data set is here. So the title is Iris Plant Database, and it is updated, when it is updated, by whom, the sources, the donor, the date, everything is here. Not only this, if you will scroll down, you can just read this properly. When you will scroll this down, so you can see that there are different more information available. So the number of instances, you can see there is 150. That means 150 records are here in this particular file. 50 in each of the 3 classes. That means there are 3 different classes you can see. Iris setosa, Iris versicolor and Iris virginica. These are the 3 different classes and 50-50 data of each of them are here in this 150 records. The records are separated with the help of 4 attributes, 4 numeric attributes, and those 4 numeric attributes are basically sepal length in centimeter, sepal width in centimeter, petal length in centimeter and petal width in centimeter. So now let's see the data. I am opening this data file now, and here you can see we are actually having 150 data sets, and you can see this is in 4 different parts. So first one is sepal length, then sepal width, petal length and petal width. So the first 50 records are of setosa, Iris setosa, then after that Iris versicolor started, and after 50 records of versicolor, virginica started. So total 150 records, and in these 3 classes, Iris setosa, versicolor and virginica. This is basically a classification related project, and when we are talking about it, so we have to classify the data set with the help of which we will analyze that which particular plant it is. Like if we are having some new value, so with the help of this particular data set, or you can say with the help of this particular project, you can classify that on the basis of the 3 classes on which class any particular plant lies. Now the next one is Kegel. So the UCI is the oldest and the Kegel is the newest one. So let's go towards this Kegel also. The only difference between the Kegel and the UCI machine learning repository is we do not have to register when we are working on UCI. But when we are working on Kegel, we have to register ourselves with our Gmail IDs. So here you can see it's asking to register with Google. That's the only requirement. So that's the only requirement if you will register with Google, so you can download the different data sets which are available here. It not only just provide the data set, there are different kind of project demonstrations also in this Kegel. So it's a must to visit. So don't forget to visit it and give your precious time to this website, so it will be really helpful to learn multiple things. You can go towards this data sets and you can just serve them that what are the different data sets are available. Some projects are also solved here. Some notebooks are also given, so if somebody wants to work online, so they can just create their own new notebook and work online. So a lot of features and facilities are available on this Kegel. So you can just go here, and different courses they are also providing some courses. Few are free of course, few are paid. So it's up to you. But yes, if you want to learn, this will be really helpful always. Now, after this, coming towards awesome tool for working on the data science project. So that is scikit-learn. Now I am going towards this website, and this is really important website when you are working on a data science project, because it is a website which is having everything. In most of the projects, we have to use sklearn. So that is scikit-learn. This is the website, but yes, when we are working on our project, at that time we have to install it just like a module in our IDE or in our system. So you can see it is simple and efficient tool for predictive data analysis, and it is accessible to everyone and reusable in various contexts. It is built on NumPy, SciPy and Matplotlib. It is open source, commercially usable and BSD licensed. There are different kind of algorithms available on scikit-learn, and they are really very helpful, and even they are actually the algorithms which we use in our projects. So there are multiple algorithms and everything is given, because we have to install this only to apply those particular algorithms. Here you can see some examples are also given. So here it's saying classification, regression, clustering. So their applications, suppose spam detection, image recognition. So now it is also telling that what are the different algorithms which are getting used to create this project, create this project and this. So let's go towards one of them, and here you will find multiple examples also. So if a person is learning by themselves, then also they can refer this. It's really helpful. Suppose let's go towards this project, and you can see the whole code of this project is given. The whole code is given. So it's not for the cheating purposes. You can download it, and you can download with the for your Jupyter notebook also, for PyCharm also. But yeah, it's for learning purpose. So if you want to learn, it will be really helpful. You can see some tutorial sections are also there, so you can refer these tutorial sections to understand these projects. How the things are loading, how the things are working, everything is here properly. So this is just a documentation, just like a documentation to refer and understand the things in a better sense. Similarly, for every kind of algorithm which will be used in the implementation of any data science project are given here. So this is really an awesome tool for the data science and machine learning aspirants. After this, coming towards the top 10 data science applications. So there are many, like fraud and risk detection. Everybody know about the biometrics. So these are really important and they are having the data science applications. In the healthcare, in internet search, targeted advertising like in the digital marketing and all the advertisements which are going on different social media. So that kind of targeted advertising is really helpful to the businesses to grow, and that is using the artificial intelligence, the data science behind the scene. In the website recommendation, then advanced image recognition, speech recognition, airline route planning. So these are the different kind of, you can say, projects or different kinds of application of data science. These are the top 10 data science applications. Now I'm going to discuss an interesting data science model used by Uber. So you can call Uber or you can talk about Ola, any system, any cab booking system. So it is having a differential pricing in real-time based model which works on the demand, the number of available cars, the bad weather and the rush hours. What does it mean? If you notice, actually what happens, like if somebody is booking this Uber or Ola, the price is calculated and they just tell. But how it is getting done? It is getting done on the demand basis, on the number of available cars, the weather and rush hours. Let's take an example. If some person is going from home to office every day with the help of Uber, so on that place the demand is high. Now coming that what are the number of cars available, so that also create differential pricing. The weather conditions, the shortest path, and everything. So these all things are getting calculated, and according to that, the price is getting calculated from one place to another. Now, coming towards the day-to-day life example of data science. So there are things like Siri, Cortana, and Google Assistant. So Google Assistant is an artificial intelligence device powered by Google. It is a virtual assistant device which is basically available in our mobile phone and smart home devices. So we are using it a lot. Cortana is a virtual assistant created by Microsoft for Windows 10. And Siri is an intelligent assistant that offers a faster, easier way to get things done on your Apple devices. So for Apple, Siri is there, for Windows, Cortana is there, and for all the Android devices, smart devices, Google Assistant is there. So these are really important things which we have discussed today. Now, I just want to inform you that on this Framework Educational Hub, there are different courses available which you can go towards. Machine learning and data science courses are also here. So you can just serve this YouTube channel, go towards the playlist section, and there will be a lot of information for you to learn. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.